After 2 rounds of Amsoil Arenacross, 3 riders have started to separate themselves from the rest of the field. Zach Ames, Michael McDade, and 2-time defending champion Tyler Bowers have won all 10 main events. Who's ready to step up in Grand Rapids? It's time to find out. In the heartland of the automotive industry, it's 2 wheels that take center stage tonight from Grand Rapids, Michigan. It's Amsoil Arenacross featuring Ricky Carmichael's Road to Supercross on Speed. Welcome everyone inside Van Andel Arena. I'm Robbie Floyd, joined by the champ Grant Langston. It's the 3rd event in our series, and boy, we're finally getting to see some Arenacross whoops.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the length of the full stadium, these whoops. They're big, they're tough. Not to mention the rhythm section this week is the most technical one I've seen all season long. There's going to be a lot of battling out there tonight.
And a couple of converging lanes as well. We might see some contact. Well, let's take a look at the track because Daniel Blair got to take a lap earlier. The same track he raced on last night. It's Daniel Blair and the GoPro track preview.
Heading down the start straightaway into a really tight first corner. Pretty tough set of whoops this week. If you're not careful, you might find yourself taking a one-way trip to Indonesia. Rhythm section, guys will be going 3-3 tonight. Rail the last corner, hit the catapult jump, point to the crowd. Last corner, and on to the start straight.
Thank you, Daniel Blair, for that look at the track. Now let's take a look back at last night. Main event number 2. After Tyler Bowers wins the first main, he picks the number 16 box. He starts on the 2nd row outside. Look at that red number 1.
Well, that didn't seem to hold him back. He makes a remarkable start from the back row of the grid. But Patrick Massey getting the early hole shot there. But he is soon overtaken by Jared Steinke. And as you can see, the riders really getting tight up behind him with this big dogfight going on the opening laps here. But Tyler Bowers just too strong on this night as he gets around Jared Steinke and takes a very convincing victory yet again.
Takes main event number 1 and 2, gives him the overall win for the night. The only thing he didn't win was the head-to-head bracket race. As we take a look at the Amsoil Arenacross point standings, Tyler Bowers now a 23-point advantage. Mike McDade now in 3rd. But really, that battle between Bowers, Ames, and McDade, there's a lot of separation between 3rd and 4th. Let's go down to the other member of our broadcast team, Christy Lee. She's going to be giving the scoop down on the track and in the pits. Christy?
Thanks, Robbie. Here with number 4, Zach Ames. Let's flash back to Baltimore. During the main 1, you took 1st out on top. During the 2nd main, you went in 10th position with 7th overall for the night back in Baltimore. Talk about that 2nd event.
Yeah, I felt good. Got off to a great start. Was winning it. Felt good the whole race, but made a little mistake on my own, and it cost me the race. But it's all about points right now, and just being consistent for the whole year. It's still early in the season, so I just want to be consistent for the rest of the rounds.
Let's talk night 1 here in Grand Rapids from round 3. We saw 7th and 6th in both events last night, but you came so close in that head-to-head.
I know. The head-to-head was cool. I always want to get that extra point because, I always need it. Points are critical, but no, the first main, I got a bad start, and I was working my way up through there and then stalled it. So all the guys I just passed, I'm going to have to pass again. So, that's kind of difficult. And then the inversion deal, it kind of bit me in the butt on this one. I started in the 2nd row, so it was kind of behind the ball, just try to get off to a good start as much as I can. And, I got off to 6th place, so it was all right. It was decent.
Thanks a lot, Chrissy. We look forward to seeing Zach Ames and his teammate Tyler Bowers go at it when we come back. It's heat race number 1 from Grand Rapids.
Whoa.
Welcome back inside Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Amsoil Arenacross ready to kick off heat race number 1. Let's take a look at the format. Pretty much the same you'll see every week. We have heat races trying to qualify for one of our 2 main events. Then we'll have last chance qualifiers. We take 16 riders to that final And we look at the K&N starting grid here. 7 of these guys will move on. Everybody else will have to ride that LCQ, Grant.
Yeah, you don't want to be stuck in that LCQ because it can be tough, man. One first turn pileup or anything small, you're done for the night.
Another thing is if you finish in the top 4 in this heat race, you go to that head-to-head. The bracket race good for 1 valuable championship point. Very important. It determined our overall winner last week.
Yep, and to set the tone for the evening, too.
Exactly right. You see on the inside, the number 1, Tyler Bowers. His teammate, Zach Ames, just on his outside. Daniel Blair, a different rhythm through the whoops. You'll see what we're talking about here in just a moment.
Someone on the outside with a great jump. I think that was Skaggs, I believe. Yep, Nathan Skaggs with the whole shot and holding it. Bowers there, moving into second, so he's where he wants to be because this guy, we know he's got the speed to win. So with a start like that, this guy's going to be tough.
Watch here, this left-hand turn, the lines converge. If you see anybody go inside, that actual berm run takes you to that inside. A very slippery first turn. Look all the way to the dasher.
Yeah, I mean, the first turn is so flat that the guys are actually skating all the way and using the side of the stadium wall as basically a berm.
Now you see the triple in the middle section. You see Tyler Bowers, a little different rhythm.
Yeah, he goes 2-3 as he sets him up for the inside. Beautiful little block box. Pushes him wide, nothing dirty, just clean and hard racing.
He gave him enough room. Now those 2 lines converge. It's going to get a lot closer than that. I can promise you. Watch Zach Ames on that inside. He's going to be set up.
He's been solid in the whoops all day. As he pulls alongside, let's see if he can triple in the middle here. No, just having to go double, 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 but still making it work. Just getting the wheels on the ground sooner.
Skaggs not one to press the issue. Again, the top 4 go to the head-to-head bracket. Top 7 qualify directly to the main. And those are dashers from hockey. Ice hockey in here normally, so without the plexiglass, they're inside a hockey arena.
Exactly. As we see Bowers going 3 as well as his teammate Ames. So they've shown with a clear track they can do it. 4th place now for Steve Ramlin as Kyle Watt in that 5th place. So
just behind him, Daniel Blair, TJ Phillips. Again, only 7 move on.
Top 7 move on, but the top 4 go to that bracket race we're talking about. So, you know, we're talking about that now puts Steve Roman in that 4th place, but Kyle White getting a great drive through the whoops that time around, closing the gap up.
Number 19 trying to get his way on the inside, or Mages.
Here we go, here we go. As he go, oh, and a beautiful block pass. They just snuck it in. I don't think Steve knew he was coming.
Steve Mages is the one to look for, that number 18 rider. He's outside. Look at, and 2 riders, and then getting the Yahoo there, yellow flag.
That's never good when a bike comes and slaps you on the head. I do believe that one of them is Daniel Blair and Steve Roman going down. And Blair looks to be shooken up as Tyler Bowers coming through. He's just glad he's not a part of it. Not needing the triple now, knowing that he's got this race under control. Him and his teammate doing that 2-3-1. Coming over the finish line, just clicking these laps off.
These are 10-lap heat races. The main events aren't much longer, only 12-lap main events.
Yeah, but what I like is they've got 2 12-lappers almost back-to-back, and we've seen it before with that inversion. It makes things exciting. So I hate to say it, but I'm always hoping that whoever wins the race pulls number 16 out of the suitcase. Give us something to get all excited about.
First and foremost, you have to get into that final right now. TJ Phillips, the 571's the final transfer. There's first. They're second as we work our way back. Zach Ames, 1.7 seconds behind the leader.
Ames was solid in the whoops, man. He's been good there all day long.
But where is he losing speed?
You know, if you watch Tyler Bowers, he just looks a little more fluid. White flag out now. These guys getting a direct trip straight to the main.
So even though you're fast in the whoops, it's being smooth the other 3 portions.
Well, one thing I was told is, you know, in Supercross, a lot of guys end up doing the jumps, but you make your times up often in the turns. Bowers come to the finish line.
A perfect night 1, and so far he's perfect here in night number 2 in Van Andel Arena. Tyler Bowers puts the number 1 back on top.
And his teammate coming in second there, so the Babbage boys got to be pretty happy.
And taking a look at the results, the Babbage, Monster Energy, Amsoil Kawasaki teammates Tyler Bowers, Zach Ames, 1 and 2, Nathan Skaggs, and Steve Mages qualify for the head-to-head bracket. White, Willard, and TJ Phillips move on to the final. Patrick Massey and the others have to ride the LCQ. Daniel Blair, number 17, did walk off the track. Let's go down to the winner, Tyler Bowers.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Tyler, it's Grant here. once again, you look pretty solid. How are those whoops treating you?
The whoops are great. You know, they're a little bit smaller tonight because they were just wore down from last night. They didn't rebuild them very big. So, you know, I'm just dealing with that. There was some carnage before them tonight, and I'm just trying to stay off the ground, man.
You think we're going to see that triple in the main?
That thing's kind of tough. You know, it's pretty slick out tonight, and the triple out of the corner just got a bad G out to it. So I'm going to try to as much as I can, but I'm going to keep it safe.
Looking good, buddy. Good luck.
Thanks a lot.
Congratulations, Tyler Bowers. We'll see him in the head-to-head here very shortly, but heat race number 1 is done, and Tyler Bowers comes out on top. We'll have heat race number 2 when we return. Welcome back to Grand Rapids. 1 heat race in the books. We're ready for heat number 2. Let's take a look at the rider lineup for this second heat race, another stacked field. See Michael McDade, another guy who's been solid all year. Jeff Gibson starting to get used to that KTM. Kelly Smith has been very fast. We saw him triple last night.
He made that look real easy, man. I'm hoping he can pull it out tonight.
All right, before we get started, let's go down to Miss Christy Lee. You got something for us, Christy?
Thanks, Robbie. Well, we saw some top contenders in Heat 1, Bowers, Ames, and Skaggs. Now in Heat 2, we see 2 more top contenders with Jeff Gibson and Mike McDade, both on the front row here. I would say Mike McDade is the man to watch to make up ground for yesterday. He doesn't want to have to qualify again in that LCQ. I would say keep an eye on him and Jeff Gibson for a strong race.
I think you're exactly right. They just happen to be shoulder to shoulder there. A mechanical yesterday for McDade. I don't know if you've ever dealt with this. I know at the end yesterday he had one odd clutch plate in there, and he said it looked fine. The other ones looked burnt, but one little mistake might cost you a season. Yeah, I mean, that is kind of random. Don't know what happened there, but obviously unfortunate for the guy who was right on Bowers' heels for this championship, you know, losing a lot of valuable points, but that's why we go racing each night. Time to make some up. Yeah, I think he was 8 points behind coming into last night's event. Now 29 points coming into tonight. Let's take a look. This should be another exciting heat race. Dave drops. Oh, a little ball bang immediately. Gibson with the whole shot to the inside. McDade probably in a much better position as we see a couple of guys getting collected, and I think Kelly Smith getting caught up there. He keeps it upright, but definitely is second to last, it looks like now. Gibson going 2-3 single there, pulling out a bike length or 2. Dave Genofi sneaking up in a second. The Team Faith KTM, one of the only other former champion in Amsoil Arenacross besides Tyler Bowers still competing. It almost seems like if you don't ride a bike that starts with a K, you're not in the race. Oh, look at this, McDade, solid. He's picked it up in the whoops today, getting more aggressive there, now slipping in a second. Getting by Dave Genofi on that Mendigo's Pickle KTM. Yeah, a lot of KTMs, a lot of Kawasaki's pulling the tear off, taking that outside line. Now he's got to find that rhythm for this 10-lap race. Ooh. See, it's getting a little slick in that start straight. You've got to watch that throttle control, otherwise you'll see these rear ends starting to come out. McDade carrying some killer speed through the whoops. Let's see if he can do the rhythm. There he does. Triple in the background. You see him do it. Didn't quite go 3-3, but 3-2-1 because he tagged it a little bit. Gibby actually does the double triple there. So if you're not able to triple out, you're probably losing a little time, aren't you? Well, of course, you know, double is the safe, easy way. We see Villapoto a little bit further back in the pack here. Tyler Villapoto, 61, the younger brother of the Monster Energy Supercross champion, Ryan Villapoto. But you know what? He's there in 4th place, so much better than last night because he's in a qualifying position and a position to go and make it through to the bracket racing. Yeah, having a tough time last night with Villapoto, where last night you and I both saw just how much better Jeff Gibson looked to us than he did the first 2 rounds. Look at that, 3. He's one of the few guys doing that, and 3-3, just what the doctor ordered. He actually looks good. We even said that, man. This is the first time this season that we feel like we're seeing the real Jeff Gibson. I felt the first 2 rounds, he wasn't quite the same. He did mention that this is an all-new KTM 250, completely redesigned, and there's a few little bugs to work out, and not necessarily even just bugs, just trying to get comfortable and familiar with a completely redesigned machine. Right, picture like a golfer and switching golf clubs. Rory McIlroy, I know, went to Nike this week. Didn't do so good his first time out. Give him time. I think he's got the skills. Absolutely. As we see Genofi there, still holding on to that 3rd place, and Villapoto now right behind him, and these guys using the stadium as a berm, which I don't blame them. You know, you got to get some traction somehow. Yeah, different rhythm than the whoop. Villapoto skimming him, Genofi timing him now. So, little yellow flag there. Steinke was just behind him. You see the freight train through, Willie Browning, Curtis McCabe right around that final transfer. This battle started to tighten up, yeah. Orange and green bikes all in a row. So
Villapoto now coming under a little bit of pressure from Jared Steinke. And like I said, there's a lot of different rhythms now. I mean, we're not used to seeing different rhythms in the whoop. Usually guys are just blitzing him, but it looks like you can time him and still come out the same. Having to roll the finish on, oh, it was a rider down on the backside. Oh.
Now the yellow flag's being waved, so you can jump under the yellow. You cannot jump under the white with a cross.
I believe you can jump under a yellow, just not on the red cross flag. So
right.
I think some of the guys did not jump, but that was because a lap rider was in their way, rolling it. They all, an accordion effect, so they all rode it.
White flag out, last lap. You see the spotlights on your leader.
Gibby coming into the whoops, looking good tonight.
Good balance on the bike. He looks comfy. Over 3.5 second lead.
Says, I can do that, no problem. 3-3.
He's feeling good right now, I promise you. Jeff Gibson.
Yeah, little one-hander just to say, hey, man, I'm pumped. Second place there.
Michael
McDade, better start to the night.
Here is Steinke, 726 on the Moto Hill Sport machine, comes across in third. Looking at the Rocky Mountain ATV results, Dave Genopi taking that final transfer into the head-to-head bracket racing. Tyler Villapoto, Willie Browning, and Curtis McCabe transfer to the mains. Kelly Smith has to ride the LCQ. Let's go down to the Team Fate KTM of Jeff Gibson.
Hey, Jeff, Grant Langston here. You definitely looked far more solid tonight than I think we've seen the first 2 rounds. Have you made any major changes with the bike?
Yeah, it's been a rough couple rounds the first couple weekends, but, we've made some good changes on the bike. I'm starting to feel good, starting to feel more like myself, and, it's just been a change of everything, and I'm just really pumped to be up here in the winner's circle for this race.
Well, good job, Jeff, for pulling for you. Have a solid race tonight, man. Good luck.
Thanks a lot, Grant.
All right, so 14 riders are set for our main events. We still have plenty more racing to go, the last chance qualifiers, and also the bracket racing when we return to Grand Rapids.
C. Baker. Oh.
Welcome back to Grand Rapids, Michigan and Van Allen Arena for AMSOIL Arenacross. Grant, it's time for the head-to-head bracket, and this is where we're going to see some bar banging head-to-head.
Well, the nice thing, too, for some of these guys, it's a good opportunity to take your buddy out or someone that you owe a favor to, because if you go down, I guess at the end of the day, there's less of a risk in this one. But it's great racing, one-on-one, like you said, a little game of cat and mouse, but it's real short. Got to be straight to the point.
It's almost like a game of tag for you racers out there. There's a lot of blocking going on, a little bumping, but one valuable championship point is at stake. Let's take a look at some round 2 action. 2 teammates, Tyler Bauer, Zach Ames. Tyler knocked off Dave Genopi. Jared Steinke was beat by Zach Ames. It's getting nitty-gritty here. These are the 2 title rivals and their teammates.
They're also training buddies and traveling partners. So I'm sure they'll keep it a little bit clean, but
I think a Babbitt Kawasaki is going to win either way. Now you're seeing the 2
I think you're right.
2 different routing.
We had a 2-3-1, a 3-2-1, and Hames up the inside, but Bauer's got the inside.
Hold him high. I cannot believe he did not hold him up high on that wall.
Well, Bauer's actually just played it smart. He knew he was going to cut underneath him, so he kind of took a look over his shoulder, made sure he couldn't do that.
Grand Rapids crowd's getting into it. PA announcer Wes Kane, he's getting them all riled up. That's what bracket racing's all about right there.
Nice. Yep. 2 teammates, good, hard, clean racing.
Then the KTM duo, Jeff Gibson and Nathan Skaggs. Gibby knocked off Magus. Skaggs knocked off Michael McDade. Skaggs, did you pull a tear off down that front straightaway? What was going on there?
I just looked at it. I don't know. Maybe sometimes you get like a little dirt clog that falls on your goggle lens or something. But anyway, sorted that out real quick. It's Gibby all over him. None of them able to go triple anywhere in that rhythm. So just a simple double-double. Oh, Gibby looking for the inside. Let's see. Oh, nice.
Followed by goodbye. But Skaggs fought harder last night. Took the win. Look at this. Using those dashers. That's what they're for in hockey and
I was
Arenacross.
going to say, this is a hockey arena, and it was a hockey maneuver right there. Just, what's it, a body check? Sorry, I'm not a skate guy. Oh, 2-3-1. Can he square it up?
He's going to try. Look at the drive. Coming to the finish line.
Who won? That was a photograph finish.
Nathan Skaggs, by the slimmest of margins, moves on to the final of the head-to-head matchup. So the Ventricle brothers, KTM of Nathan Skaggs, has that head-to-head matchup against the defending champion Tyler Bowers. We saw it last night, and Skaggs come out on top. How is it going to happen tonight?
Skaggs did a little rolling start again, paying off. You see he was creeping, timed it perfect. Yeah, last night it was the same 2 in the final, and it looked like Bowers had it won until he tipped over on the last lap. Oh, Skaggs already looking.
That's like that game of tag I talked about. They're playing cat and mouse.
Yep, let's see what happens. Yeah, he better close that door, otherwise, you know, Bowers will run it in there. But that was smart. Now he's got a couple bike links.
Middle of the road, too. Not high, not low.
Yep. He kind of cut the apex of that corner out. So if he gets through these woods clean, I think he's going to have it.
I don't know. Tyler is charging harder than I've seen him all weekend. Look at this. Tripled up in the middle. It's going to be close. Bowers on the outside. Skaggs to the finish line.
And gets another point.
It's his head-to-head nemesis. Oh. That's Arenacross. My bad.
I think that was just a couple lines coming together.
Thumbs up for Nathan Skaggs. Bowers like, what do I got to do to beat this guy? Well, we'll see him again in the main event. More racing action from Grand Rapids when we return.
C. Baker.
Welcome back to Amsoil Arenacross from Grand Rapids, Michigan. This is the third stop on tour, and you know, at every stop of Amsoil Arenacross, we have what is known as a pit party. It's a chance for the fans to meet their riders, for the riders to meet the fans, for that fact. And for more, let's go down to Christy Lee.
With a new season comes new faces, but there's plenty of veteran riders. I stopped by the track party earlier, so let's get to know some of our 2013 Amsoil Arenacross riders.
I'm Jeff Gibson. I'm done Arenacross for 6 or 7 years now, and I'm the 2009 Arenacross champion. That's definitely my highlight of my career.
Dave Ginolfi. I've been racing Arenacross for about 7 years, and I'd say my best accomplishment would probably be a podium last night. I got third in the second main, so that's something to build off for sure.
My name is Mike McDade. I've been doing Arenacross for 2 years, and my best accomplishment was my Lights Championship in 2012.
This is Tyler Villapoto, first year to Arenacross. My best finishes were up in Canada last year on the 450, got fourth a few of them, so that's about as good as it gets.
Hey, it's Nathan Skaggs. Been racing Arenacross for 5 years now. One of my best accomplishments was 2009. I've won 3 of the main events of that year.
I'm Jared Steinke. This is my first year doing Arenacross. My greatest accomplishment would be 10th place at Seattle Supercross in the lights class, and I finished 20th overall in points.
During break, Christy Lee caught up with the rider that went down in heat race number 2, Daniel Blair.
Daniel Blair, we saw you down in the heat races. First off, are you okay, and what happened?
Just bad timing. I was in a battle with some guys that were getting kind of squirrely and hit a guy's bike, crossed in front of me, and it went down, and I'm pretty bummed. I'm 7th in points right now. I got to somehow get in this main event tonight. I'm going to be back row, I think, but I'm going to try my hardest, and we'll see. I got to do something. I got to get in there.
It's the DC Shoes Refuse to Lose last chance qualifier. So Daniel's saying, well, you're giving me a chance, and I'm going to make the most of it right now.
Yeah, you can just tell that's definitely a sign of a frustrated man. But he's got a chance.
We take a look at the starting lineup. And I don't know where the favorite is in this one. It's going to be a hard battle. You only have 2 riders moving on to that main.
Well, we got Kelly Smith, we got Daniel Blair, and as I say that, they're the first 2 entering the first turn, so they're relieved. Let's see if they can keep it on 2 wheels and stay out of drama this time.
731, Daniel Roman, another rider to look for. He's mid-pack right now, but yeah. Kelly, the local, this is his hometown track. He has a lot of fans that grew up watching him race from Ludington, Michigan.
Well, the way he's riding, you can tell he's trying to impress the home crowd. Patrick Massey now sitting in 3rd place. He's on the bubble. He's going, I don't care if you're the hometown boy. I want to get in this main event myself.
And remember, he finished just outside in 8th in his heat race, so he doesn't want to finish that last guy out, or the first guy out.
Oh, and a couple of guys going down the background, but that doesn't change what happens up front. Blair leading this one with Kelly Smith in tow. I'm sure they're both quite happy where they're at. I doubt Kelly's going to push the envelope.
Daniel Blair from Lodi, California, the Advocare, GoPro, RMX Suspension Suzuki, looking strong. I like his attitude. He has fun. How did you like that lap around the track? I couldn't have talked going through those whoops.
You know what? I've actually had a trip to Indonesia a couple times in my life, so I know where he's coming from.
The road to Supercross, that's what we title Arenacross, and you're seeing a couple of riders that have been down that road to Supercross. Daniel Blair's rode it for several years. Kelly Smith's been there. He's done that now, enjoying a life in Arenacross as he triples in the background.
Triple.
But it gives a lot of opportunities for these kids, some 14, 15, 16-year-old kids that really aren't ready for Supercross.
I like it, and I use the, like college football, college sports. It's this is preparing you for the major leagues. So, like you said, some of these guys have had Supercross experience. In fact, Kelly Smith and I were teammates at KTM in 2001. So he's been around a long time. He's a seasoned veteran in his hometown. And, you know, it's really cool what Ricky Carmichael's done getting on board with, you know, the Arenacross series and helping develop these guys on the Ricky Carmichael Road to Supercross.
One guy that we do not see in our racing tonight was Robbie Marshall going down hard in practice yesterday.
Yeah, I got to talk to him a little bit. He's definitely really bummed out. He's got a broken scapula and a separated shoulder. He's not 100% sure when he'll be back. He's flying out first thing in the morning to go and see his doctor in his hometown. He's got to see a specialist, and he is hoping that he will make the next event. That'll be a bit of a miracle if he does.
Look at the two different ways going to that whoop section. You see the 17 of Daniel Blair trying to find a rhythm. Triple, triple, triple all the way through. Kelly Smith trying to blitz the whoops. As you see through his eyes on that GoPro camera, a good training device. It kind of shows you different lines of how you did it each and every lap.
You know, everyone has their own style, and for some guys like Blair, it's working for him just to time him. But Kelly Smith is a good blitzer as he gains a little bit of ground.
Do you make this pass for one gate pick? I don't.
You know, it's not worth risking it, but then again, if it was me on the track, I probably would go for it. But there you go. No one forcing the issue. They're both in, so nice finish there. These two guys going on.
Daniel Blair takes the victory. Kelly Smith. Those two will move on to our main events. Remember, 2 main events at every AMSOIL Arenacross. Patrick Massey, Steve Roman, and Frederick Norn. Well, they get a great seat in the stands. We'll be back with more.
Speed.
It's AMSOIL Arenacross main event time. Main event number 1 about to get under the way. These are your qualifiers, your 16 riders, a 12-lap main event. The throwdown is about to go down. The Monster Energy starting grid has Tyler Bowers on top. Jeff Gibson gets second pick. Zach Ames. This is a stacked field on that front row.
Oh, absolutely. It's your 16 best riders. And good to see Daniel Blair in there and Kelly Smith, the hometown hero, sneaking in at the very end.
Don't count out Kelly Smith. Even though he's starting in last, we saw Tyler Bowers do it before, work his way up, especially if he keeps that triple section. Just something to look at.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen Bowers has come from 16th and 1 on more than one occasion.
30 seconds, the gate will drop, and we will fire things up for 12 laps, not a 25-lap main event. We have 2 main events, point-paying main events. We've already seen Skaggs win the head-to-head race.
And
good launch by Jeff Gibson. The KTM out in front, and he runs all the way wide.
Man, this is a hockey arena. I've seen more body checks tonight than I've ever seen. But to the front, big, bad Tyler Bowers.
The enforcer.
Bowser,
as you call him.
Carnage back in the pack. Unfortunately, some of the guys down.
Bowers, though, not what everybody else wanted to see. The number 1 is out in front. Second was McDade.
I think, but Gibby making it tough. Like I said, looking good tonight. Oh, they get a little squirrely there.
Yeah, the back end wanting to hunt around, but you want to kind of stay neutral as you see. Oh, there goes McDade triple. Only able to double out,
yeah,
though.
he just cased him just a little bit. Wasn't quite able to carry that momentum over the next 3. So bummer for him. As we see a rider on the side of the track, I actually think that is Steven Majors. He's off. He was one of those guys that got caught up in that first lap carnage. Bummer for him.
After just winning the Arenacross Lights class, having a hard time here in main number 1. Look at Mike McDade, seat bouncing, coming over that double one more time. Your top 5, Tyler Bowers, Jeff Gibson in second, Mike McDade third, Dave Genolfi in fourth, Nathan Skaggs, a strong night fifth, and Kelly Smith has worked his way into 6th place. Look how fast Kelly Smith is.
Telling you, with his whoop speed and getting that triple down, he's been also nice. And just so folks at home know, Michael McDade was number 200, and he is running the number 16. Not exactly sure.
That was the number he finished in. He finished in 16th in points last year. The AMA says you need to run your number.
Yeah. So just to clarify.
Is that backing it in? We've seen road racing now?
Yep. And another body check. And Kelly Smith now sneaking in the picture.
Look at the number 5 and jumping to the inside. There's Jared Steinke. A good battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th.
And he triples in the middle there, right onto the back of Genolfi now. Is he going to run it up the inside?
Yes.
This is that. Very polite. He could have got in there. Might have been a violent collision, but the last minute he backed out. Steinke sneaking up in the background.
If Kelly Smith would have ran it in that hard, his alignment wouldn't have been right coming out, though.
No, definitely not. And you know, also, too, he knows he's in a pretty solid position. He runs it up the inside. Is he going to get over? Yeah, he still makes a finish line double. You don't want to not do that. Can he square him up? Oh, squares him up with a great drive. And Steinke following through, too, as well now.
Genolfi has to be going, what the heck just happened?
He's like, I didn't even miss a shift. And Willie Browning now all over him, breathing down his neck.
Tyler Bowers checking out in front, a 3.5-second lead over Jeff Gibson. Mike McDade in third. Tyler Bowers going for his 4th main event victory in a row. The man on the move with one of the last gate picks, Kelly Smith, up into 5th. And now Willie Browning, the number 7, starting to work through.
Yeah, that turn does not like poor old Dave Ginolfi. He's been freight trained here the last couple of laps. Everyone going, hey, I want to get a piece of that action. So as this race is getting towards the latter part of it, we see big bad Tyler Bowers out front looking smooth as he laps his teammate, Tyler Villapoto. Unfortunately, coming back from the injury, just not quite there where he wants to be yet.
9 laps complete, only a few more to go. Bowers, Jeff Gibson in second, McDade third, Skaggs, and Kelly Smith round out the top 5. You see one rider going down just in front.
That was Villapoto. He was a lapper, so that's not really going to change the outcome too much, but...
and he's shaking his head. It's just not been the Arenacross start he was looking forward to.
Hopefully he can go home, take a big deep breath after this weekend, and come back fighting. One man breathing quite easily is Tyler Bowers out in front. Oh! And the hay bales just like exploded across the track in front of him. That gave me a fright. I wonder if it scared him that much. Yeah, it was like a popcorn machine exploded.
Tough blocks everywhere. White flag being waved. A little leg out. One more lap to go for Bowers. Jeff Gibson, whose wife Janelle's expecting a baby any day now, was due last Thursday. Mike McDade in third. Nathan Skaggs in fourth. Kelly Smith is still trying to get in that top 4. He's just in cruise mode right now. One more right-hander to go, and Tyler Bowers, number 1, takes his 4th main event win in a row, his 41st Amsoil Arenacross main in his career.
That's pretty impressive. 41 and counting.
As we take a look at the Amsoil results, Bowers, Gibson, McDade, top 3 kind of ran away from Nathan Skaggs, just literally a couple of tenths ahead of Kelly Smith, Steinke, Browning, White, and Ginolfi, who just got a good start, but unfortunately worked his way back through the pack. Let's go down to Christy Lee with the winner, Tyler Bowers.
Tyler, yet another great race for you. That makes 4 in a row now for Amsoil Arenacross. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks a lot. You know, I got off to a good start and kind of passed Gibby in the whoops right off the start and just try to ride smart from there on out.
So we've had kind of a mixed reaction from the crowd with the inversion. We've seen you pick the 16 twice and now the 8. Last night you went against the crowd in your decision. What made you change to do that tonight?
I feel like the crowd knows something, you know, because like almost every time, especially tonight, they did it again tonight, what ended up having the 0 in it, nobody else for. So, you know, when I asked the crowd and they're completely crickets for one case, I decided, hey, I think that's 0 because they want to see a show with the 8 or the 16. So last night I went with that, but I was talking about it last week and I think maybe somebody caught on, but I don't know, maybe I'm just paranoid.
Well, the fans definitely pointed you in the correct direction tonight. Good luck in main 2.
Yeah, you know, I got number 8 here, and I think it's going to be good. I like the 16. It's pretty fun to deal with, but we'll just go from the front row tonight.
The crowd's always part of Amsoil Arenacross. Tonight they picked the 8. He starts on the front row, but it's not going to be the pick he wants. We'll be back with more right after this. Stop number 3 of Amsoil Arenacross. We're seeing a lot of action in the rhythm section. My partner Grant Langston's in that section now. Grant?
Hey, thanks, Robbie. Guys, I'm down here on this rhythm section, and as you can tell, it's a pretty big jump, this third one. The key here is you want to triple in because as this is so tall, if you hit the face of this, you waste a lot of time going in the air. You want to go from big one to big one and try and triple out of this section. Fastest way to go, only landing there one time. Back to you guys.
Looking for the triple. We'll see if Tyler Villapoto can do that. One of the riders will be in our main event number 2. We talk to a rider each week, and this week we talked to the Babbitts Kawasaki rider about what it's like in Arenacross.
It's definitely a learning experience. It's been a bit rough, but it's good. I like it. It's gonna definitely teach me a lot, especially for Supercross, how tight it is and whatnot. I mean, I've been frustrated, but not so much. I mean, I know that there's going to be mistakes and there's going to be, you know, situations I got into, and it's just like I said, I'm living and learning from it. It's a good experience, and I'm just taking it night by night. The format for this year is, I think I would like it more than I would have liked it last year. 25 laps going around this track would get me quite dizzy, to be honest. So 12 laps just gives everybody a chance. It's a sprint. You know, if you get a good start and you just be mistake-free, you know, you can be up front. Tyler and Zach, they know exactly what's going on out here, and it's good to have them on my team. They tell me what I'm doing wrong, and I have just a 2 point of views, you know, to kind of dial myself in. My main goal for the year is to be honest, just get through the season in one piece and to progress every weekend and just learn as many lessons as I can and just take it night by night and have fun with it. You know, really, it's all a learning experience for me. This is stepping stones for Supercross next year.
We'll be back with more.
C. Baker.
Anandel Arena is hopping here for AMSOIL Arenacross main event number 2, about to get underway as we take a look at the Monster Energy starting grid. They invert the field, the top 8, they flip it around.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the top 8 is flipped around, but it doesn't make a huge difference except for Tyler Bowers. He's probably going to be on the outside of the front row, but then again, does it really matter sometimes? When he's on form, he's on form.
He did it to himself. Some other names starting on that back row, guys like Zach Ames, Tyler Villapota, Stephen Mages. These guys are going to have a hard charge through the front, but we've seen it before in AMSOIL Arenacross. You can get a good start from the outside.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because you got a better angle in the first turn. Let's see what Bowers can do with this. Got to get the jump, though. Oh, no. Someone missed a shift.
Not the best jump, but look at the drive on the outside.
McDade missed a shift there, and he got shuffled right to the back. And Bam Bam Bowers out front.
Jeff Gibson into second. Another good start. He triples out just behind him.
Nathan Skaggs, followed by Kelly Smith, the local boy. So 3 KTMs in a row there, but all chasing the first main event winner. And the points, as a few riders getting bottled up right behind Bowers there, but unfortunately, that's going to put some of these guys buried in the pack. But Bowers leading, as we see Zach Ames coming through the whoops. The slight gap there now is because of that little pileup that was just out of the view of the camera. So as we see the guys crossing the finish line.
Taking a
Dave
look back.
Genofi not able to jump the finish line double, getting caught. This actually worked into the favor of Michael McDade, because I'm pretty sure he missed a shift off the start line and got shuffled to the back, and then we had that little bit of a pileup, and it's moved him up. But back to the front, looking smooth, Tyler Bowers, or as I like to call him, Bowser.
Yeah,
like Mario Kart.
Looking on the inside, the number 1. Now you see just behind Jeff Gibson, still trying to blitz. So it's a little hopping around. He's still able to hang on the pegs, but nobody really trying to triple out, even Gibson this time.
I'm wondering if that turn's not getting a little bit greasy, as he was doing it in the heat race and now not able to do it in the main. But starting to look like a little bit of a rhythm going here. The same almost group of guys as it was in race 1. But number 1 followed by number 2.
Nathan Skaggs, who won that head-to-head matchup, he's fighting his way up through the pack, trying to close in.
Yeah, the guys are not able to triple into that section that we were talking about earlier. It's very tough, and you've got to give it everything you got. But the rut is coming out of the turn, getting deeper and deeper, so it's getting harder. They're trying to square below it, but unfortunately they're losing their drive. As this track's starting to get slick, you see the bikes starting to bounce around a little bit. You see that shiny stuff entering the turn. That's where it gets polished and a little bit slick.
Zach Ames working his way up through the field to number 4. So a good job again, starting from the back row. The Babbitt Monster Energy AMSOIL Kawasaki rider moving his way up, as well as the number 19 of Kyle White.
A quick rundown of your top 5. Tyler Bowers with a comfortable gap. In Arenacross, 3 seconds, a comfortable gap. Over second place, Jeff Gibson, Nathan Skaggs, and that third place, Kelly Smith, the local hometown hero, 4th, Zach Ames, 5th. So very similar scoreboard to the first main event, but he's got
an entire straightaway lead for Tyler Bowers over Jeff Gibson. We're looking at the race for 6th and 7th. Kyle White on the 19 and 6, but here comes.
McDade was committed there, but I don't even know if they even made any contact whatsoever. But Kyle White, after that inversion with his 8th place in main number 1, getting the first gate pick in main number 2. So he's doing a little bit better, a couple spots ahead. You see the rear ends of those bikes getting loose, a little bit like Speedway.
Zach Ames has pressure are starting to put pressure on Kelly Smith now as well, as you see Tyler Bowers working his way through lap traffic. His teammate Tyler Villapoto just in front of him.
Villapoto is got to be a little bit frustrated. I know he probably had even higher expectations for himself, but I know what it's like when you're coming back from injury, man. It takes a while to get those little things to click. And you know, with each week, he's going to get a little more confident. I'm just hoping that this doesn't bring his confidence down. You know, he's got to learn, go home, watch what he did good, watch where he made mistakes, and come back stronger next week.
Whoa, a little buck that time for the Kawasaki rider in the whoops, Tyler Villapoto, as Tyler Bowers goes to complete lap number 11. On the final lap, white flag is out ahead of the KTM Team Faith rider Jeff Gibson. Skaggs in third. Zach Ames has worked his way all the way up into fourth to the spotlights on the man who's been almost unstoppable tonight. Only the head-to-head matchup as he lost. But he's setting a tone for the future while everybody falters around him. No mistakes for the number one of Tyler Bowers. 2 for 2
as he lights the candles.
Yes, he does.
Man, what a dominating performance. He is pumped. Look at him waving at the crowd saying, oh yeah, we got her done.
A 6.5 second victory for Tyler Bowers. As we look at the AMSOIL heat results, Bowers, Gibby, and Nathan Skaggs, the top three. Zach Ames works from one of the last gate picks up to the front in fourth. Kelly Smith, a hard-fought battle for fifth, matching his rider number as we look through the rest of the field. Well, that's it for the main events. We will talk to our main event winner down on the podium.
Before .com.
Overall results for the night, you cannot beat 1-1 main event scores. Tyler Bowers did just that. Jeff Gibson, a solid night, the best night we've seen out of him so far this year. Kelly Smith, the hometown favorite, a couple of fives, good enough for fifth overall. Daniel Blair going down, coming back, fighting hard, still gets that top 10 overall. But nobody could touch Tyler Bowers tonight, and right now he's with Christy Lee.
Tyler, main 1 and main 2. That makes 5 in a row for you, and yet another overall win for the weekend. You're definitely proving to the rest of the field why you're the reigning champion. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks a lot. You know, tonight I got off to a good start. You know, I had the 8th place inversion, and I was all the way on the outside gate, and I got off to a horrible jump, but halfway down the straightaway I hooked up and just swung it in there, and I don't think anybody expected it. Railed the outside, got through the whoops, and ran away with it.
Congratulations to Bowers, but also to Mr. Gibson. Jeff Gibson, 2-2 main event scores, and he's also got to get back home to check out his wife, Chanel, expecting their baby at any minute. Let's go down to Christy.
Jeff, another strong weekend for you. Great racing last night as well as tonight. I know you said you worked on getting the bike dialed in. It looks like you found what you were looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we made some big improvements this week with the bike, but the KTM definitely pulled me some great starts. Pirelli tires were hooking up good tonight, and got some great starts tonight. But most of all, I got to give all the glory to God. That's why we're here. That's why I'm riding for this team, for Team Faith, and I'm just really thankful to be up here on the podium right now.
Gibby in second overall, but third goes to Nathan Skaggs after fighting in that head-to-head battle. He comes back and fights to the top of the podium. He finishes in third, and Christy's with him.
Nathan, you showed what you were worth tonight, taking both head-to-heads yesterday and today. Great racing. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks. You know, my motorsport.com, JBR Spine Chillers, KTM got me off to good starts all weekend. You know, I ended up this round, you know, third. Rode a pretty good night. You know, thanks to Race Tech suspension, Dunlop tires, everything was a key factor in getting the starts. And, you know, it paid off by the end of the night, consistency, and looking forward to next weekend.
Looking at the AMSOIL Arenacross point standings after night number 2, Bauer still separating himself from his teammate and Mike McDade. Gibby, Steinke, Smith, you look through the field, really that cutoff point. Dave Ginolfi in 10th place as we move on to that race to the championship. That's where we re-rack the field and move to that final portion of our season.
I think that's going to be really exciting. I like what they're trying to do here. They're creating a lot of interest. Like you said, they're going to reset it. It's like the race for the chase. I can't wait because at the moment, I'm worried that Tyler Bowers has got this thing under control. We don't want to see that from a fan point of view.